We have a story today as our reading. Really, it's a children's story, but as John Buren says, there are no grown-ups, just big children, so I think we can all enjoy it. The book is called Amma, Tell Me About Ganesha. The words are written by Bhakti Mathur, and it's illustrated by Maulshree Somani. It begins with the celebration of Ganpati, which we'll talk a little bit about today, and a child asking his parents afterwards to tell him about Ganesha. And so his mother begins the tale. Shiva and Parvati lived in the mighty Himalayas, a lofty snow-capped mountain chain. On a divine peak called Kailash, towering high above the rocky terrain, Shiva was a brilliant shade of blue, dressed in tiger skin, snake at his neck, long matted hair with a crescent moon. You see, he was quite a divine maverick. He would often disappear into the wild for many, many days, all by himself to meditate, leaving Parvati all by herself. One day, Parvati felt terribly lonely. How I wish I had someone to play with, she said, and suddenly Parvati had a bright idea. I can make a play date, she said. Some sandalwood paste she molded into arms and legs, a belly and a head. The figure looked so lifelike that Parvati exclaimed, "Could I possibly make you come alive? Oh, I wish you were my child." Hopeful, she blew life into the figure, and a wonderful miracle took place. A boy with large eyes, dimpled cheeks, stood before Parvati face to face. "Amma, you're not alone anymore," he said. "My son," Parvati cried. With tears of joy, she could not believe her wonderful luck. The next morning, Shiva was still away and Parvati was going for her bath. She told the boy to guard the door, let no one in, just block their path, she said. The sandalwood boy was so proud, ready to be on guard for his mother. And so it happened that Shiva returned home that very day and found a young lad at his front door, standing there, firmly blocking his way. "Stop there," commanded the little lad. "No one enters until my mother says so." Shiva laughed. "Do you know who I am? Child, this is my home. Open the door." "I don't care who you are. I'm obeying my mother, so go away." Shiva was quite irritated and raved, "Little brat, I'm in no mood for child's play." It was beneath Shiva's dignity to fight a mere boy, so he sent his attendants, the Ganas, but the brave boy defeated them all. Shiva sent Brahma to tame the boy, but as soon as the old god appeared, the naughty boy jumped at him and pulled hard at his mustache and beard. "Ah!" shrieked the god, in pain and clutching his injured face. He hurried away to tell Shiva of his embarrassing disgrace. Now Shiva had had enough. He hurled his trident in rage, and off flew the boy's head. When Parvati reached the scene, she was horrified. Her cries shook heaven and earth. From her forehead sprung the goddess Kali, and together they vowed to avenge the child. Like tornadoes, they rampaged the earth, destroying everything in their anger, so wild. In desperation, the mighty Shiva pleaded, "Heaven and earth will be ripped apart if you continue." Shiva was sent to seek the child's head and pledged not to stop until his mistake was undone. Shiva searched all over the world with no success. And finally, he collapsed in despair. An elephant roaming nearby saw him and asked, "Why do you look so sad?" Hearing the tale, the elephant, who was old and at the end of his life, offered his own head. Shiva's eyes welling up, he accepted the elephant's offer, so sacrificial, and rushed home with the elephant head and placed it on the child's body. He was running out of time. And slowly the boy opened his eyes. Hugging him, Parvati cried, "My little one." And Shiva said, "Forgive me my foolishness. I love you. You are also my son." "Since you were so brave a guard," Shiva said, "I now proclaim you are the leader of my Ganas, and Ganesha is your new name." "May you be as wise as you are brave," said Parvati. "Helping people in tasks old and new, may all the people who pray to Ganesha be successful and happy in whatever they do." Here ends our story.